학점이 안 나오면 엄마가 전화를 하셔가지고 와, 저희 아이 학점이 왜 이렇게 안 나왔나요? 라고 하는
There are some professors who got phone calls from their parents. So, and at the beginning of my classes, every semester, and I tell them, like, if your mother calls me, you're gonna fail the class.
유지아이의 변화가 저도 놀라웠거든요. 그룹 수업에서 친구들과 하는 데 있어서 이제 생소하기도 하고 불편함을 겪었을 때 1대1 수업으로 옮겨갔더니 아이가
Mojo and Katie are in school, and what was the secret about WeWork and the
Way
brain?
more strong and more energy and more clever.
Wow, good words. Now let us say that again. So, can you say that when we work? What's that?
It's lady.
Oh, wow.
잘 이렇게 섞여서 하게 되더라고요. 오늘 저희 이 교육 나침반 구독자분들을 위한 좀 특별한 혜택을 준비해 주셨다고 하는데요. 안녕하세요. 교육 나침반의 희나입니다. 초등학교 때부터 대학까지 10년이 넘는 시간 동안 영어를 배웠는데 왜 우리는 원어민 앞에만 서면 한마디도 못하고 단어만 머릿속에 맴도는 걸까요? 초등 두 아이를 키우는 엄마로서의 가장 큰 고민이기도 합니다. 우리 아이들 시험 공부 잘하는 것도 굉장히 중요하죠. 하지만 동시에 스피킹도 잘하길 바라는 그 마음은 모든 학부모님들이 다 가지고 계실 텐데요. 오늘 그 해답을 좀 들어보려고 합니다.
Hi, my name is Daewon. I'm a professor at Yonsei University. I've been there for about 12, maybe 13 years. And before that, I was teaching at Social University for about 3, maybe 4 years.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 하브리탄 강사로 일을 하고 있고 AI 리터러시를 강의하고 있는 유소현이라고 합니다. 학부모로서 참여하게 되었습니다.
I was born in Korea, and then I moved to America when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And I lived there pretty much all my life. After graduating from university, I came to Korea, and I've been here for, I would say, maybe 20 years.
한국 영어 교육의 구조적인 한계에 대해서 좀 비교가 되셨을 것 같은데요. 교수님 제 의견 궁금합니다.
I think the biggest difference between, actually the biggest limitation in Korean education system is that a lot of people study English as a subject. And what that means is that they study grammar, they study memorizing vocabulary words for a test. Okay, and this test system happens like in elementary school, middle school, high school, and even the system. And so a lot of people despise English because it's a subject. I believe language is a thing that you actually practice and talk about it. It's a means of communication with other people. But if you only study as a subject, it's not enjoyable. And because it's not enjoyable, a lot of people just don't want to do it. A lot of students at Yonsei, they know a lot of grammar. They know a lot of vocabulary words. But the problem is, they don't have the confidence to use it. But the problem is that when you ask them to, just have a normal conversation, like, how's life? Okay? A lot of people just don't know how to answer it. They're like, that's not what I memorized. People are like, but if you really want to develop English fluency, you need to be comfortable with making mistakes. You need to be comfortable with just looking kind of foolish. Because when you understand this, that language, just like anything else, if you're riding a bike, for example, you're gonna fall down, you're gonna get hurt. Okay, it's gonna hurt. People may laugh at you. But the thing is, if you can get over this, and then it doesn't affect you, then basically you could be great at riding a bicycle, but more importantly, you could be fluent in English. And is the biggest difference. For the people who are really good at English, like really understand English, and the people who just know it as an academic like subject.
의대를 다니는 친구들 또한 그 부모에게 의지를 하는 친구들이 굉장히 많다고 하더라고요. 학점이 안 나오면 엄마가 전화를 하셔가지고 와, 저희 아이 학점이 왜 이렇게 안 나왔나요? 라고 하는 전화를 정말 많이 받으신대요. 근데 교수님 말씀이
To answer that question, yes. There are some professors who got phone calls from their parents. So, and at the beginning of my classes, every semester, and I tell them, like, if your mother calls me, you're gonna fail the class. Because you are an adult. You are capable. You don't need your mother to do everything for you. You should be the one talking to me, not your mother. This is not just a problem in Korea. It's a problem like that's happening globally. Okay. So for example, one of my friends, he has a company and they were doing interviews. And in the interview, the son came and the mother came into the interview. And so this guy is like, can I ask what you're doing in here? And she said, oh, I'm trying to watch my son, how he does in the interview. And then the guy, my friend said, you know what? We're done with the interview. Please leave.
어.
It hit this happen. Never to me. But the thing is, this is like the worst case scenario. Okay. Now let me just tell you the reverse side of it. Okay. There was a student. I'm just gonna let's call her Minsu. Okay. Or actually Minji. Okay, because it's a girl. Yonsei has like two very distinct types of people. And I could tell you at the beginning of the semester who's going to be very successful and who's going to have a struggle, who's going to struggle in classes. Okay. So going back to Minji, she came from a divorced family. Her mother was a cleaning lady. Okay, and so she came from a very, very poor family. When she was in elementary school, what she would do is at the end of the year, right, all the kids are done with their subjects and they throw their textbooks away. Minji would actually go to the garbage cans, pick up those books, and use it for the next semester. She did not have money to buy these books. Long story short, she got to Yonsei. She's working at a consultant firm. I'm not going to tell you which one, but she's a consultant, making a lot of money. That's the biggest difference. So one of the things I would like to add is that, one of the biggest mistakes that Korean parents do, not just Korean parents, but just parents in general, is that as parents, we love our kids, right? And we want to help our kids. Okay, we want to solve their problems. Okay, but if you solve their problems, what ends up happening is they never learn to solve their problems by themselves. So for example, like I see parents at playgrounds, like, with little kids, and they're like, oh, don't fall. Oh, right? That's what they do. Okay. But I think it's like when you do that, right, it does so many negative things to kids. Number one, it destroys their confidence. Saying, I cannot stand by myself. Okay. Number two, they feel like, oh, maybe this is dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't do this. And they go into this like idea that they can't do things. But I think it's like, if you want to raise kids well, right, and you're at the playground, just say, go play. And if the child falls, cry inside, cry on the inside, right? And then say, stand up. Okay, continue playing.
교수님, 이제는 AI 시대잖아요. 우리 아이들이 영어를 그렇게 잘 사용하지 않아도 궁금한 걸 다 찾을 수가 있는 시대고 답이 이렇게 쉽게 보이는 시대인데 그럼에도 불구하고 영어 교육, 다른 영어 교육을 위해서 조언자가 되신 이유가 있으실 것 같아요.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, both of you. Why do you want your children to learn English?
영어는 쓰는 거나 이런 기본적인 거는 다 똑같이 누릴 수는 있어도 사실 그런 밈도 되게 많더라고요. 어떤 사람이 did you see the meme saying that they are like, hey, how are you? And then they are like, what should I answer? ChatGPT. Somebody asked me, how are you doing? What should I answer? 그런 경우에 대화를 나눴을 때 다른 사람들의 뭐 조크라든지 아니면 정말 내가 어떤 문화라든지 이런 걸 알아야지만 얻을 수 있는 그런 부분들이 있는데 사실 그런 걸 놓칠 수 있기 때문에 우선 영어를 배워야 된다고 생각했습니다.
물론 AI 기술이나 이런 걸 통해서 도움을 얻을 수 있겠지만 생각한 걸 그대로 바로 영어로 구현할 수 있는 그런 아이가 아무리 AI 시대에 뭐가 더 이제 편리해지고 영어 공부가 필요 없다고 한다고 해도 훨씬 더 유리할 수 있다고 생각을 해요.
Honestly, like I think both of you have a much better understanding of why English is important. Using AI as a means of communication with other people is terrible. Okay, it's terrible. Real language, okay, when people communicate, okay, they look at each other, they make eye contact, okay, they tell jokes, okay, and if you don't understand what I'm saying, then the connection between people do not happen. And so when people are not connected, again, they're separated from the rest of the world. They don't know how to interact with people. They don't know how to socialize. They don't develop any of these, how do I say, communication skills.
그렇다면 적절하게 AI를 사용하고 나의 무기를 가지고 아날로그한 그런 것들을 합쳐서 새로운 것을 창작해내면 다른 사람과 좀 더 분별 있게 장점을 가지지 않을까. 아크에서 하는 그런 프로젝트들이 학교에서도 캔바를 배운다고 하더라고요. 그렇죠? 그런 툴들이나 이런 걸 사용해서 제일 좀 쉬운 것부터 해서 그림책도 같이 만들어내고 움직이는 애니메이션, 뮤직비디오 이런 것들을 만들다 보니 만약에 영어가 조금 부족하더라도 나는 그림을 이런 걸 잘 그리니까 다른 친구들을 도와줄 수 있어 라고 봤을 때 더 잘하고 싶고 이제 그런 마음이 영어를 더 커뮤니케이션도 잘하고 좋은 결과물을 만들 수 있겠다까지 간 것 같고 그래서 미술 디지털 융합 그 영재원에 이런 포트폴리오가 쌓이다 보니 그런 것들을 점수 주신 것 같아요. 이제는 입시도 바뀐다라고 하잖아요. 미래에 맞는 교육이라면 이런 식으로 방향이 진행돼야 되지 않나라는 생각을 하게 되었습니다. 그리고 같이 수업 듣는 학부모님들도 그런 부분에 되게 만족을 하셨던 부분.
So if you really want your child to succeed, the number one advice I have to give you is give your child space to grow and develop their own interest. I mean, if you want your child to really excel at English or math or any other subject, you have to help them really enjoy what they're learning.
앞서 소개해드렸던 이 아크 아카데미 저희 아이들도 굉장히 오랫동안 즐겁게 하고 있는 프로그램인데요. 대표님을 좀 직접 모셨습니다.
안녕하세요.
시청하시는 구독자분들께 소개 한마디 부탁드립니다.
제가 미국에 태어났기 때문에 좀 영어를 하는데 Hi, my name is Richard Chu. I am co-founder and CEO of ARC Academy.
아크 아카데미의 영어 교육만의 어떤 장점이나 특별한 부분이 있을까요?
We don't want people thinking of ARC Academy as a language academy. It's not. ARC is not just there so that kids can learn English and get better at Suno. ARC is there to focus on a couple things. One, it's character. So kids need to learn soft skills for the new future, resilience, how to work with other people, how to struggle through problems. The second part is communication. AI is very good at giving you a lot of language, but it's in a very robot kind of way. What we're doing here is communicating. It's two people, right? There's a connection that's being made, and AI cannot do that as well. And then the last one is we want kids to be future ready. So understanding technology, understanding how the world is going to work in an AI generation. It just so happens that it's a perfect way to teach English.
그러면 대표님께서 생각하시는 어떤 아이들의 영어 학습이 어린 영유아기부터 이제 고학년들까지 단계가 있을 것 같은데요.
So it goes back into what we're talking about in terms of the golden period. So in the very beginning stages of 0 to 7, this is just acquisition. I'm learning language naturally. It's fun. Like you don't want to give a 4-year-old stress about no, right? So we teach something even called an EYFS way. So what this means is that we don't teach ESL. ESL is phonics, and very much for secondary language learn. EYFS is basically we use the Cambridge University or International School Standard, which is you're going to use English to learn science, learn math, learn social studies as a tool. And what happens is it becomes much more natural because it basically says you're not learning the English language, you're learning this subject. The next step from that is something where it's more about collaboration. So this is what our Young Innovator program comes into is I'm going to work with other kids my age. Julie was doing this too, right? Is we are going to start to look at different tools that AI produces. And we can see how these AI tools can come up with solutions and work on projects together. We can create storybooks, we can create games, we can create animation videos. And really what happens is kids understand how to use language to do prompt engineering. Most of the prompt systems now are all done in English, right? So they can do that to use English constructively to have an output, not just to learn it as an academic subject. So it makes it more fun for them. And then the last stage for us is what we call the Future Leaders Program, which is now kids should be at a level so that they can communicate with other people, not just in basic language learning, but from kids all around the world. So the vision for us is that by the time the kids hit future leaders, they should not just be working with other kids in Korea. They should be working with kids all around the world.
온라인 수업이라는 게 익숙하지 않으신 분들도 계시거든요. 근데 그 온라인 수업에 대한 실제 장점과 단점 좀 솔직하게 좀 말씀해 주시면 좋을 것 같아요.
Online's not for everybody. if you are a parent that feels like I need to have my kid learn as much vocabulary and grammar, and they have to be able to just do that, online learning is probably not the best. Being analog is better, then go ahead. But the reason why we do it in a digital environment is because this is the way of the future. Kids will no longer be bound by geography. We will be connected through the world, Zoom meetings. You don't have to have your community just in Korea. You can have an international community because it's all being translated. You're doing a YouTube influencer because you can reach the world.
Okay, Mojo and Katie are in school. And what was the secret about WeWork and the
Very
brain?
more strong and more energy and more clever.
Wow, good words. Now let us say that again. So can you say that when we work? What's that?
It's lady.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, nice. You just made it out of paper?
Yeah.
Nice. No, what is that behind you? What animal is that?
The beaver.
It's a beaver. Wow. Cool. What about your favorite,
Color red.
yeah, that are color red clothes? Or maybe when you go to see your friends, do you wear something red?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it was red. How about the beaver? What color is the beaver
Brown.
behind you? Brown. Great job. Okay.
둘째 아이의 변화가 저도 놀라웠거든요. 그룹 수업에서 친구들과 하는 데 있어서 이제 생소하기도 하고 불편함을 겪었을 때 한번 이제 아크 아카데미 그 운영 측에서 제안을 주셔서 이때는 편하게 아이가 좀 1대1을 해보면 어떻겠냐라고 하셔서 좀 또 1대1 수업으로 옮겨갔더니 아이가 선생님이랑 너무 이제 케미가 좋게 수업을 막 하게 되면서 자연스럽게 다시 이제 그룹으로 들어갔거든요. 그러니까 처음에 느꼈던 그런 불편함이나 거부감 없이 너무 잘 이렇게 섞여서 하게 되더라고요. 그런 것들을 굉장히 유연하게 해주시는 부분이 좋았고 또 강사진이 되게 좋다고 생각을 했어요. 선생님들이 맞는 답을 말해라 이렇게 하는 게 아니라 네 생각이 어때 해서 이 아이가 뭐 더듬더듬 이야기하는 거를 다 수용을 해주시고 아이가 뭐 내가 틀렸다 아니다 이걸 하는 수업이 아니잖아요.
그렇죠.
네, 그래서 이 아이가
네.
부담 없이 자연스럽게 스며들어가더라고요.
네.
네, 그 부분이 정말 이 아카 아카데미만의 장점이라고 생각을 했습니다.
아유, 감사합니다. Honestly, kids are all different. And we cannot expect just one kind of package education to fit everything. I think one of the things that we are really proud about is in cases like Dino, right? Some kids don't want to study early on. So my son Noah, he knows Hanmun, he's a very good student. My daughter, she doesn't know how to write yet. But every kid has been built by God in a different timing. You know, Einstein, when he was born, he didn't know how to speak until he was 5 years old, right? We look at what are the students' personality, what are the learning styles, what is some of the maybe psychological problems that they might have, ADD, not that Dino has ADD, and we put groups together that kind of way because it's a special dynamic. Education for children, if you think about it, is a marathon. It's a long-time relationship that we want to see kids. Granted, because we know what the end goal should look like, this is why we have Ivy League teachers that have built the curriculum. Professor Yu's been at Yonsei University for 12 years. We know what kids should end up to be. But the starting point and the middle point can go like this. So going back to what we are really excited about is teachers that start with ARC, they're not going to fit the first time. And I think one of the things that parents are so driven by is this demo class. I want to make a decision about your academy in the first 15 minutes. And, you know, they want to see that. And I think what's really difficult about the education economy in Korea is that it's produced this type of thing where people want fast, cheap results. We don't want to think of it as an ESL academy. We don't want to think of it as a coding school. This is the reason why we really kind of see this is a brand new type of education system that we're really excited about.
네, 대표님 오늘 현재 우리 학부모님들께 다시 한번 생각해 볼 만한 영어 교육에 대한 방향성을 제시를 해주셨다고 생각을 해요. 너무 좋은 말씀 감사드리고요. 오늘 저희 이 교육 나침반 구독자분들을 위한 좀 특별한 혜택을 준비해 주셨다고 하는데요. 이 아카 아카데미의 교육 철학과 그리고 우리 아이를 한번 좀 시켜보고 싶다라고 생각하시는 우리 부모님들 계시다면 아래 더보기란을 통해서 링크를 확인하시면 혜택이 있다고 하니까요. 확인하셔서 가져가시기 바랍니다. 귀한 말씀 나눠주셔서 정말 감사드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.